What's good, family? What's good? Man, I was thinking about something, bro. I was watching some of these YouTubers and stuff, and they be having, the chicks on the podcast and all that. And I was thinking, man, you gotta watch out for some of these dudes that be manosphere dudes. Something I was thinking about, some of the stuff, you gotta take it as like entertainment value. And I'm like, one hand, I'll enjoy watching, the interaction, and you see how delusional these women is in American society. But on the other hand, it's like they trying to, promote themselves as alpha and high income, what do you call it? I forgot the specific term that they coined, high value, And so, it to me, it kind of sometimes seems like the okie doke. Like, you say you manosphere and you alpha, but yet you dogging out other dudes who making only $40,000 a year. And then number two, it's like, where's the brotherhood? You see what I mean? It's kind of weird, man. Like, all right, I'm high status, I'm high value, and you promoting to men that they need to be providers. But I'm like, all right, you alpha, but you promoting the men that they need to be providers to women who got high body counts. These same women done had multiple dudes that they done gave their body up to for free. So so therefore the status, like the perspective is that you ain't alpha unless you making all this money. You ain't, you ain't high value, so-called. But it been lower value, so-called, according to their standards. The lower value dudes already done hit it. So I'm like, those dudes. So it's like, it's kind of, you gotta take this stuff with a grain of salt, man. Like, on one hand, you promoting, you complaining about the laws here in America, how men get taken advantage of. And on the other hand, this other thing that really, irritated me is like they promoting to bitches that they need to be getting with a man when they're younger, fresher, and tighter. My thing is, why the hell is you advising women how they can extract resources from men? Why is you telling women that they need to be getting with a man, marry him, lock him down? This is probably a manosphere, a male-oriented, You saying that you need to lock him down. In other words, when you say lock him down, this is America. Lock him down meaning give me that child support. Give me that alimony. Give me half of everything you ever earned. Use the system. Break this dude. So you saying, you giving advice. That's what I'm saying. It's like straddling the fence. You either a male-oriented, I was watching, I ain't going to say the name of these podcasts, but I watched another one. It was like, my whole thing is like, he let this belligerent bitch go on and on and on and on. It's like for ratings, bro. And I enjoyed it, but I was like, didn't enjoy it. It was like, man, so it's good for entertainment value. You gonna get more views because bitches is on there. I understand the game, but it's kind of like, yo, are you just pandering to these females, or you have a like, some of it is like, all right, I just want the attention from the females, but I'm going to put another layer on that I'm alpha, create social proof. I'm alpha. Look at me. I got these females around me. But at the same time, you coming from a trick, simp mentality of I got to be a protector and provider. At the same time, these women gave their bodies up to dudes who wasn't providers. And then, third or fourth, you telling men that they need to level up so they can be providers for whores. And then number two, I don't know what number we on now, but then you telling women that they need to cash in and lock down a man when they're young and attractive. So I'm like, dude, who is you loyal to? Are you loyal to the manosphere, or you loyal to the females? You giving them advice how to break a man. That's basically what they doing. But it's like the mask or the okie doke that you're alpha. But how can you be alpha when some dude done hit the same woman for free and had her pay the bills? it's kind of like, yo, it's kind of like a pastor kind of thing, a wicked pastor. You have it's the exact setup. It's like for the evil pastors, it's the same thing with the church. Instead of the church, you call it, a podcast. But you got these women, congregants, sitting at the table. It'd be entertaining. It'd be funny because you see the delusion of these bitches. But at the same time, why is you giving women tips? It sounds just like Steve Harvey. You need to understand. I don't even want to name names. Like 3 different, dudes. I'm like, you coming across, I'm alpha. I got tattoos. I got all these muscles. And I make all this money. But then you coming across as a provider simp dude. And it's like his validation. He need female validation. You know what I mean? So he can't. It's like I gotta outdo the other males, make them take a dump on them, raise myself up in the eyes of the female, even if I had to take a dump on the men. But wait a minute, I thought this was a male brotherly podcast. You know what I mean? But really, you just promoting that the women go out there and break the high-income dudes. And then you said this is what you need to do in order to have a high-status man. You need to do this, do that. You need to give the man, when you're young, fresh, and tight, then you lock him down, quote, quote, word for word, lock him down. And how is that pro-male? You're giving advice to a female that's going to destroy the man. So how you going to be pro-manosphere, but yet you giving absolutely 100% destructive advice to the female to take advantage of men, while at the same time telling men they need to level up to be a provider for hoes? This don't make sense, bro. I mean, it's good to get views, to interview a bunch of bitches and have some conflict and stuff like that, but you got to watch some of these male YouTubers that present themselves as though they for the manosphere, bro, and male, issues. And I ain't gonna say, like I said, some stuff I have got benefit off. And like I said, I'm not saying the whole different, is not just no one pod, it's various ones that I listen to. So I get benefit from it. But I'll say this. When you getting, and so it's the good hustle. Because they work in both angles, because they got the hoes on there being delusional, making all these stupid, like one chick, she was going on, and he was letting the hoe ramble. And then the dude just kept, some dude just kept donating and then donating and donating. You got to watch the hustle, bro. I see the hustle, bro. So you got these broads on the panel, and you got this delusional, attention-seeking, energy vampire bitch, and she an OnlyFans model. If you really about the manosphere, why is you interviewing prostitutes, bro? I mean, other than shock value, which I can't argue with it if your goal is to make money. And then you gonna make money because you got delusional prostitutes, and then you got the traditional dude over here. So it's like all entertainment for me, man. I look at certain things, I'm like, yo, I don't peep through the BS. I'm like, yo, on one hand, you telling men that they need to protect themselves in this society of America and this and that. On the other hand, you trying to posture for bitches. You need, a woman, you need to be more traditional and all that. And really, the men who making 30, 40, 50,000 a year, those are low status males. They're bums. That's a word heard from multiple of these. You're a bum if you only make what the average dude make. So then it's like, how could you be, hold on, this is a weird white dude camera. How can you be high level and all that? You know what I mean? Hold on, man. This is, you gotta watch your six, man. So I don't know, man. I'm in here in the park chilling, but yeah, I'll be watching the angles, man. This dude came out from no angle. I was like, all right, let me make sure. Weird white dude, man. You know what I mean? They see their country. You know what I mean? So you gotta, they might want to crash out. You know what I mean? So I don't know, man. My main thing is like, on one hand, you saying, that's why you gotta be circumspect, see your surroundings. On one hand, you saying, you ain't alpha if you ain't got this amount of money. But then how you gonna be pro male? Yeah, men should level up. Yeah, men should make more money, but everybody not gonna be a millionaire. Everybody ain't gonna be a 6 or 7, high 6-figure dude. Does the money? Are you so like it's frustrating because they evaluate their masculinity based on what a bitch look at. You know what I mean? And you can't. How are you alpha? I make this amount of money. I'm alpha. Okay, but then you still promoting that men be providers, and then thirdly, you complain about these women in America prostitutes. So you all over the place when you really look at it. It's entertainment value, bro. Like 100%. You tell the men they need to be protectors and providers, or they're bums. Okay. But then the women you protecting and providing live under a system of America that punishes protectors and providers. Look at the protector guy who was some white chick that was drowning, and he saved a bitch's life. I'll let the bitch drown. Now, well, hey, go see Christ. You know what I mean? Now the dude, she sued. I forgot what the whole. You want to be a protector, right? This is America, right? So go protect this. These women are not worthy of this. Now I agree that a man should, get as much money as he possibly can. It got to be for himself, though. If your whole thing is I need to level up and get all this money, so now I can attract used up harlots. You understand me? How are you alpha? You trick daddy. You simping. You're a protector provider in a construct that don't reward protectors and providers. If multiple dudes done ran in this female for absolutely free, and you look at yourself as I'm alpha because I get the opportunity to provide and protect for a woman who's a prostitute who gave her vagina over to multiple dudes for absolutely free, some of which she paid for this dude. She bought his PlayStation 5. She paying his rent. She paying his bills. So it's the okie doke. You are alpha because now you high income. High income is super good. You high status, okay. But then you boast about being a protective provider for used prostitutes. Make this make sense. How are you alpha? I would argue that the dude who got the sex for free is the alpha. The dude who had her paying his bills is the alpha. I don't know, man. When I look at this, I look at it like, take a grain of salt. Because the main thing that agitate me is when I hear these dudes telling women that they need to, quote, word for word, lock down a man when she's younger, fresher, tighter. Why aren't you advising females? That's Steve Harvey-ism. Telling bitches what they need to do in order to break dudes. Like, dude, I recognize the game, bro. It's entertainment. But, I like looking at it and seeing these delusional bitches get, burned and, all that. But at the same time, at its core, it's like I don't know. That's why I don't just blindly follow any of these people. I got the wisdom and the knowledge. If you really pro male, you're not going to be giving advice to bitches as how to destroy men. Microphone drop. If you really pro manosphere and pro male, you're not going to give advice to bitches as to how to destroy men's lives. And by telling a woman that she need to get locked down a man when she's young and tight and in her prime, yes, that might be true. But the reality is, why would you give a female advice as to how to destroy a man while supposedly being a pro male, YouTuber? Hey, bro, when I see the fruits of this, and so back to the other example. See, that's what I'm saying, man. You can't just go with somebody because, this person got this many subs, or, he got 1 million subs. Oh, yeah. He got the 1 million subs a lot of times because he putting bitches on the panel. It's just like the pimp and pastor. You gon' make money when you give women a stage to speak from. You gon' make money, bro. You tell women what they want to hear, or in these cases, you attract a lot of attention because you're going to have bitches. Women attract attention. And so now you interviewing these females and all that. I understand the game. I just don't have the energy to be interacting with dysfunctional women. It's draining. It's like these women are energy vampires. And what is the specific goal? If it's to make money, put as many women on that panel, some OnlyFans chicks, and it's multiple dudes. Like, so I kind of watch this stuff and I'm like, some of the dudes can't go in too hard. There's one, one YouTuber dude, you can't go in on the women too hard because his whole game is about building social status by having female friends and associates. And as we know, if you tell women the truth, pretty much, man, women ain't trying to really be around you like that. If you blow up their ego and stuff, yeah, So, or they'll be around you on your podcast if you got enough views and they can advertise their IG and all this other stuff. So a lot of these women really is getting on these podcasts because now they can get the exposure. They go on there, they, dress like sluts. They got their IG label. So it's like a building of their brand, So it's like, I don't know, man. When I look at it, it's like you're not really being genuine as the men. You're not really being genuine with regards to helping men. You know what I mean? That's what I think. Because if you was really specifically and only about building up men, you would not be building up females and giving them advice that could destroy men. You know what I mean? Women don't need no more advice as to how to, how to get the best deal. Like, why would you give advice to women who have been specifically the cause of the fall of many men in America? Why would you give? On one hand, you complain that it's a weird dynamic, bro. So I take manosphere dudes and all that with a grain of salt, man. Because when it come down to it, if they can get attention from female, whether they be high income or not, they go a lot of times sell out to other men, calling them bums. A man that make $50,000 a year, he's a bum. Well, you making most dudes ain't gonna be no multi-millionaire, and or high all that, And hey, I say, man, get the most money you can. But then when you flip it and say my value, I'm strong, I'm alpha because now I can take my resources and be a protector and provider for used up tattooed harlot who done been ran through by many dudes. Like, how can you equate that you are alpha? You just trick daddy, bro. You were just a high income simp trick daddy. You know what I mean? So I that's something I was thinking about, man. You gotta watch what people say, man, and their motivation. You're a manosphere podcast, but yet you shitting on dudes who making X amount of money and leveling up your promoting yourself as the answer to these hoes, and then you giving advice to the hoes like they say, oh, see what you need to be doing, women, you need to get a high status man. You don't need to be getting with these bums. Well, damn, that sounds like a pastor in the church saying that your husband and he ain't doing what he's supposed to do, and he ain't taking care of you like he ought to, but it's always another way, Gotta make a way for you to escape, from the this and that, You gotta believe in yourself, You shouldn't be giving up your body so easy, You need to be with somebody on my level, You need to find a man of God, And by the way, I'm a man of God, So it's like, it's always about competing with the other man, dumping on the other man, whether the other man be her husband or be her baby daddy or whatever. You need to level up. You got something between your legs that you need to one dude, he said, what'd he say, man? I just listened to the other day. He said, what'd he say? You giving up your body for too low of a price. And this is a high level, like, YouTuber dude. You telling this bitch that she giving up her body for too low of a price. Dude, you telling this woman, so you basically hating. I don't get the motivation, bro. Like if I'm looking at it from a purely pro-male, which I thought this podcast was, because he speaks some masculine principles and all that. But then when I look at it, it's all bitch-made-ism. That's all I really see. Because you telling these women they need to, find somebody who make more money and who's better. Tell like your daughter that. You don't tell women out here who are hunters and predators on men how to destroy men, bro. And then call yourself a pro-male YouTuber. Like, it don't add up, bro. It only adds up if you look at it for what it is. And what it is that they use, it's kind of like the chameleon females who come into the manosphere and they say all the male talking points. But the reality is they don't really care about that. They care about getting this money. And you know what I mean? So it's kind of like that, but they're dudes a lot of the time. You got to watch out for the chameleon male YouTubers in the manosphere. That's what I should say. Because you got chameleon male YouTubers. And so, it's kind of weird because it's a brother and they dogging out the chick on a podcast. So you say, all right, he must be legitimate and all that. Now I sit and look at it from just for what it is, man. Entertainment value. And I look at it like, all right, I'm just going to, take, they say pick the meat from the bone, man, and leave the bone alone. You know what I mean? So that's my thought on it, man. And when I look at, when I look at, some of Kevin Samuel's videos, I'm like, all right, he was saying back, yeah, he used the high value stuff, but he still was like, hey, what's wrong with a regular dude? You know what I mean? Why don't you just get with a regular dude? But a lot of these dudes is kind of talking about, a regular dude who make, 40, 50,000, he's a bum. You know what I mean? So why would you be with a bum? You need to be a high value man. Oh, by the way, I make 6 figures. I make 7 figures. By the way, I'm a high value man. Same thing. It's straight up pimping and pandering, man. Like, all right, same thing with the pastor. He putting down the husband who ain't at church. The husband and the baby daddy who ain't paying his child support. Ha. Or he ain't paying his tithes to the pastor. Ha. He just shitting on the men and elevating himself in the sight of the females. That's all it is. What you doing ain't right. You need to elevate. Ha. And the only way you can elevate is through me. Let me show you the way. That's all it really is, bro. Under the mask of pro-male content. Now, I ain't saying all the content ain't pro-male, because I definitely have got some cool, watching this stuff is entertaining. And mainly what I got is it's a hub for the delusion of female. Like, you can see the female delusion and stuff. But you just gotta take this stuff with a grain of salt, bro. When y'all, is it something I was looking at? I don't want to name any certain people, but I'm saying look through the scope of, all right, what you saying. You can't really say what you really want to say because you don't want to alienate the females if you really tell them what it really is. But then you got other dude, I'm masculine, I'm alpha, and I'm talking these bitches out. But yeah, at the same time, you coming with a protector provider mind state and shaming dudes for not being protective and providers and being, he's a bum. So he's a bum because he got the sex for free and had her paying for him. He's a bum. But you're alpha because the same woman with more baggage, more miles on her, and more dudes that ran through her, now, because you stupidly raising up her value, you feel like you're alpha because you have the money and simping. Now you're alpha. The same woman, the same vag the other dude got for free. You're alpha because you get to pay for it. Like, how that makes sense? How did that make sense, bro? How are you alpha because you get the opportunity to pay for used vagina? It just don't make no sense to me, bro. So that's why I'm like, man, you gotta take this stuff with a grain of salt, man. You can't, I look in the mirror, I look through the scriptures. I don't look to no YouTuber dude to give me the essence of what manhood is. I'm alpha. I hit the gym. We all should hit the gym, or we all should do exercise and improve ourselves. We all should get more money to improve ourselves. We should all become more wise and stuff to improve ourselves. We should all, do things to improve ourselves. Cool. And this dude, he might max out at $50,000. The other dude, he might max out at $500,000. The next dude, he might max out, at 5 million. This dude is so that whole high value stuff, is how you look at it. And if you're looking at it from the lens of how a woman perceive you, okay, so be it. You know what I mean? But don't act alpha when all you saying is, I got this money, I'm making all this money, you need to be a protector and provider in a society that don't reward protectors and providers. Like I said, with the female who got, the bitch was drowning, and then some dude came and saved this hoe, literally saved her from drowning. And he was doing a CPR and pushing on her chest, so the bitch came back to life and sued the dude for saving her life, her stinking life. He should have let the bitch drown. You know what I mean? So that's what a protector get in America. A year ago, I don't remember, it was about a year ago maybe earlier this year, when there was a woman in New York, I believe it was, who was getting raped on a subway. So the big complaint was that, why ain't nobody call the police? Why didn't nobody step in and help? Man, look, helpers and protectors and all that stuff, man, you can get deleted stepping in to help some woman who ain't yours. Or if you do help her and protect her, you might get charged. So the whole idea, I'm a protector, I'm a provider. And then let's go to the provider. How many providers? Tyrese was a provider. Then I found out, I was watching some video, man, they showed his new woman, and this woman's a hoe. She's a single mother hoe looking chick, man. So I felt some empathy for cuz, but I'm like, didn't you just link up with a tattooed single mother hoe looking bitch? Damn, nigga, like, how can I have sympathy for you, man? You a multimillionaire, and you link up with dude, when I see dudes with all this money, this is why I always say money don't equal game. Game is self-discipline and knowledge of these females, wisdom of these females. Those two things combined. Game ain't really about no smooth, sweet pickup lines and all that. It's the, understanding of the females and self-discipline and dealing with the females. Those two things combined, basically. So Tyrese don't have self-discipline. You got the money, you a multimillionaire, you got the fame and status. He's alpha, right? He's alpha. But in his dealings with bitches, he's a simp and he's a trick. You know what I mean? I ain't say trick, but he's a simp. So I had, I'm like, that's why I say money don't equal game. You look at the new bitch that he with, she looked like just some stripper broad, dude. Why is you wifing this, bro? Like, why don't nigga just go to the Philippines and I don't get it, bro. Some people are just self-deprecating. I just like, go get a modest chick that look good naked or something. Get somebody that's going to represent. But hey, that's what he made of. He do what he is. You know what I mean? It ain't like he just some dude trying to make it and get whatever woman he can get. You a multi-millionaire, you got fame and fortune, dude. You got access to all these women, bro. And this is what you choose. A single mother tattoo slut looking chick, dude. How can I have... At a certain point, it's like, yo, bro, it's like a dog going back to his vomit, bro. So that's Tyrese stuff. But my point is, he's a provider. Look what he going through, bro. You got to be a provider. I'm alpha because I'm a provider. Man, your money's supposed to be your money. That stuff don't work. It's not applicable here, bro. You can go to jail by being a protector. You can go to prison by being... Hold up. Didn't Tyrese get locked up or arrested for lack of paying child support? He's a provider. So you gotta look at this stuff from the lens of people's motivation, man. And also it's like all pastoring and pandering and like the pastor dude or the Steve Harveys and Derek Jackson, these different dudes is pandering to bitches. You pander to female You make them say the right things, pander to the ego, you gonna get what you want up out of them. This is why pastors is so successful, because you can get this money up out of these broads. Tell them the right thing. Tell them stuff they gonna agree with. Tell them the right stuff that make they feelings tingle. I know how to do this stuff. I really know how to do this stuff. But I don't want to say stuff that's gonna destroy men. I don't want to say, because why? Why would I do that? I'll just be another pandering dude. Sitting at the panel with a bunch of these degenerate bitches, hearing their perspectives. What is it that you want from a man? I don't care what this woman wants. You already know what it is. What's your favorite color? Purple. What do you want from a man? 6 figures, 6 feet tall, 6-inch wiener, 6-pack, 666. You already know what this is. So, I mean, when I look at these manosphere stuffs, man, I look at it like, look at it for what it is, man, and don't take this stuff too serious. Get what you can, though, because it is some good, good information and stuff. But I wouldn't be, like, looking at these people for, like, my life guidance type of things. You need to be guided by the Most High and the scriptures. This gives you the understanding of the bras. Why would I'm not going to tell women as to how to abuse men and destroy men through the system. Like, listen, that really, it did trigger me, because I heard that from multiple of these dudes. You need to cash in and lock down a man when you're young and attractive. Information true? Yes. But why would you give this information to a female who's going to go out into the real world and very likely, oh, okay, I'm young, I look good, and now she's going to play the role of a chameleon and destroy a man? And then, it's like, dang, bro. It's weird, man. So if it's not really all that weird if you understand that this thing about making money and about getting attention from bitches. If you understand it like that, then you understand what it is. But that's something I was thinking about. I was like, man, it's a cool, these some cool podcasts. You got a lot of bras sitting there, which is cool for the attention and the money acquisition. But when it comes to, are you really a man, pro-male, or you just, hey, you making money? And I think it's mainly about making money, bro. As you already know, you got broads on the panel. They look good. People gonna tune in. They gonna tune into the live streams. You know what I mean? And it just is what it is. But, and like I said, I'm not completely invalidating these podcasts. I'm just saying, I'm not doing that at all. I want to make that clear. I'm just saying that look at this stuff with a grain of salt and pick the meat from the bone. Take what's good. The rest of it flush down the toilet. That's how I look at it. Like one episode, you had this chick, like I said earlier, she was going on and disruptive. And some dude kept donating money to get the bitch off the panel. And then the host was like, dang, I just made, 100, what was it? 100, 200, 300? I forgot. He said, he probably looking at it like, dang, this dude, the male, so I can frustrate the males by having dysfunctional bitches on the podcast. The men will break themselves, and spend money to get these bitches off the podcast. So if I can just sit here and look, it was like, yo, it's a hustle, bro. I see the hustle. If I can sit here and look all like patient, like I'm trying to, I see the hustle, bro. If I can sit here and look patient, like I'm trying to really get this woman to understand and just drag this out, then the dude, the longer you drag it out, the more the dude kept donating. And then another dude donated. And another dude donated. So I understand, hey man, it's a hustle. It's a hustle. You're going to get a whole bunch of eyeballs on the screen. And, with that comes more opportunity. So I understand the hustle, but I don't know, man. I'm more of like just a regular brother, man. Regular purist brother, man. I can't tolerate being around some dysfunctional bitches for long periods of time unless I'm getting something out of it. You know what I mean? And I'm not going to, man, it really drains you, man, to be this model of sitting around talking with bitches, man. It can, if you really like a masculine minded brother, and you can't really be, and some of these bitches be married, you sitting on a podcast drinking with these bitches, It's like, man, and they got a man. Like, and even scriptures say, sit not at all with another man's wife. You know what I mean? So it's like, I don't know, man. You shouldn't even really be engaging these bitches. Like, you already know. But again, if you pander, you a businessman, you trying to make this money, it is what it is. But I just look at, you have female chameleons who are in the manosphere, but you also, this is my main point of the video, you also have male chameleons who are basically posing as though they pro-male and all that, but yet, how you gonna, how you gonna walk both sides of the fence? How you gonna have, all these female friends and all that? How you gonna do that? And they degenerate. Like, where do you actually stand, bro? Where do you actually stand, bro? And that's what I really came to the conclusion. Like, all right, where do you stand? With my channel, and like I said, I'm just some little dude. Yeah, my little YouTube channel, man. Multi-millionaire and all that. I'm just a regular dude complaining about the BS that goes on in Babylon, America. But I believe in myself to be a sincere brother, man. And so when I see the cappery, man, and I see the hustle and the okie doke, nah. But anyway, that's just my thoughts. I understand the hustle, make this money, have these dysfunctional broads on the panel, have men agitated and also frustrated and also turned on because these broads look good. So it's a combination of things. Stir up the men, stir up the females. The men break themselves out of frustration because they get to see their favorite male YouTuber go in on one of these narcissistic females. I understand the hustle. Me, I'm I'm not into conflict like that, man. Like, it's my way or the highway. But hey, man, it's a hustle. We make a lot of money. You get a whole bunch of dang on, subscribers, man. It's just not my cup of tea. But that's my gripe. That's my rant and rave on this. I don't like the whole fact. The main thing, I don't like the factor of men giving women advice that's going to be destructive to males and children and families. Telling her she need to lock down, not in this society, lock down. Now, is the advice true? Yeah, I mean, technically a man want a woman that's younger and fresher and tighter, yes. But to give advice to her that she need to marry and lock down that dude, a man in this society, you're damning this dude that she eventually, get married to. You're damning this dude to, you already know 50% of marriages end in divorce. You're giving flame, like throwing gasoline on the flame of a situation that's already inflamed. Why would you give her leverage? Why are you advising females? And it was like over and over, but yet you call yourself alpha, but you giving advice to bitches on how to use men. You need what you got between your legs. That sounds like Steve Harvey, bro. What you got between your legs, you need to get more money up out of what you forget those bums and in and out of the chair. It's like you just trying to take a dump on these dudes, raise yourself up in her sight so that she will look at you as elevated. But like, that's pandering and that's like sympatry. You taking a dump on your brothers so that you can look good in front of bitches. While you're masking this is like, this is manosphere, I see the okie doke, bro. You could tell a dude by how he act in dealing with women. You could tell who he really is. You know what I mean? You can really, that is one of the main keys, man. And, the whole, okay, I'm alpha. How you alpha? I'm a protector provider. How you going to get a high quality woman if you ain't a protector provider? Like, dude, how many protector providers are getting used and getting divorced? I mean, come on, man. Who's more alpha than Will Smith? Who's more alpha than, Jonathan Majors? Who's more alpha than these multi-millionaire, ultra-famous dude? Yeah, the main stumbling block that has always been, since the beginning of time, for the man has been the woman. And I don't like it. I don't like people giving women leverage positions. in power positions in a society that the women already have leverage in power positions. And I take great offense to that. Anyways, just some dude whining and ranting and raving in the hells of America, this Babylon, man. I just somehow sitting back looking, man. I'm like, that's the commonality I see in these about 4 different podcasts. I'm like, y'all talking all this masculine stuff, and that you're actually a pro male, video, podcast. But then when I see all the whole system, and like I said, it'd be funny and stuff. That's probably why I want to watch all that stuff like that. I jump in and I jump out like weeks and months later, a month or 2 later. And I jump in, I jump back out. Because it's like, all right, I already know this stuff. You know what I mean? But still, every once in a while, you want to get, a jolt. You know what I mean? You want to get a shock to your system and watch these dysfunctional bitches and their dysfunctional narcissistic mind state, just to give you a jolt of reality of what these women in America really are like and how bad women can actually be. A bunch of tattooed women, and, you know what I mean? High body count whole. So in the game, we already pretty much know the game, but this is something I don't want to keep dragging this out, man. But you got to watch the male chameleon YouTubers, man. That's my view on it. Hopefully you find this video empowering, and like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And if you guys want to support the channel using the Cash App in the description, go ahead and do so. Much appreciated. Peace to you.